Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's weather update. So, a series of storms is going to be moving across the Pacific Northwest over the next several days. And looking at the 18Z run of the GFS model, our first storm in this atmospheric river is already bringing rain and snow to portions of western Washington state and Oregon as of this evening, Thursday evening, November the 30th. And as we go through the overnight into tomorrow morning, our storm is going to spread snow across most of Washington state and Oregon east of the Cascades, with rain west of the Cascades. And then as we go into Saturday, a new storm is going to bring another round of rain and snow to the Pacific Northwest. And then into Sunday, we're going to be seeing yet another storm bringing rain and snow to the Pacific Northwest. This will continue into Monday and Tuesday with a relentless barrage of storms. Going into Wednesday and Thursday, more storms impacting the Pacific Northwest, bringing snow across Idaho. And then eventually, one last storm as we go into Friday and Saturday, December the 8th and December the 9th, before we could see our atmospheric river pattern subside, at least for a little while. Now, taking a look at rainfall and rainfall equivalent accumulations in the GFS model over the next 9 days across western Washington state and Oregon, we're going to be seeing widespread rainfall accumulations between 5 and 10 inches, with isolated locations seeing as much as 12 inches of rain, especially along the Washington and Oregon coasts in areas like Portland down towards Salem. And then Seattle could see about 5 inches, and in the Cascade Mountains, a good 7 to 12 inches of rainfall / rainfall equivalent in snowfall over the next 9 days. This is likely going to be leading to some flooding problems over the Pacific Northwest over the next several days. And in eastern Washington, Oregon, northern and central Idaho, looking at a good 3 to 5 inches of rainfall and rainfall equivalent in snowfall. Looking at the snowfall accumulations in the GFS model, in the Cascade Mountains, we're going to be seeing a widespread 2 to 5 feet of snow over the next 9 days. As we go into Idaho, eastern Oregon, a good 1 to 3 feet of snow for many areas, isolated 4 feet in portions of central Idaho, and towards Wyoming, northern Utah, and northern Nevada, a good 1 to 4 feet of snow. It's going to be falling over the next the next 9 days with this atmospheric river. Now, taking a look at the National Weather Service watches, warnings, and advisories map, we have winter storm warnings in effect for the Cascade Mountains of Washington state, Oregon, and across portions of the Rockies in Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, the Wasatch Mountains of Utah, into portions of Arizona and New Mexico in the pink. We have winter weather advisories in many of the Rocky Mountain areas and the Mountain West in the purples, as well as southwestern or southeastern Iowa, and then a couple of winter storm watches in the blues across Yellowstone and western Wyoming and northern Colorado. And then we have a hydraulic statement across northwestern Oregon and western Washington state, basically stating that flooding is going to be possible over the next several days due to this atmospheric river. And looking at the official rainfall and rainfall equivalent accumulations from the National Weather Service and the Weather Prediction Center, the Weather Prediction Center is forecasting widespread 5 to 15 inches of rain over the next 9 days, or actually the next 7 days, across the Pacific Northwest. So once again, this is going to be leading to flooding issues for western Washington, Oregon, maybe even northwestern California, with a good 2 to 4 inches in portions of Idaho, eastern Washington state, Oregon, western Montana, and then across the rest of the country, across the eastern third, many areas seeing between ½ inch and 1.5 inches, and then the Gulf Coast, with our storm system in progress right now, is going to be seeing widespread 2 to 5 inches of rain per the Weather Prediction Center over the next 7 days. Now, taking a look at the 6 to 10 day precipitation forecast outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, expecting well above average rainfall across the Pacific Northwest over the next 6 to 10 days, and well below average rainfall across the central and southern portions of the lower 48, kind of a inverted El Nino pattern, if you will, the opposite of what we would expect for an El Nino, with some above average precipitation expected for eastern Alaska, below average in southwestern Alaska, and above average across portions of Hawaii. And then looking at the 8 to 14 day outlook, we're expecting that our wet weather pattern is going to remain across the Pacific Northwest and into the northern half of the lower 48 over the next 8 to 14 day period, with below average precipitation across the southwestern Alaska, above average precipitation across northeastern Alaska, far southern Texas, and the Florida Peninsula over the next 8 to 14 days. So if you live across the Pacific Northwest, make sure you're preparing for days of rain and snow with potential flooding hazards over the next 7 to 9 days. Thanks for watching this evening's weather update. Please stay safe and have a wonderful evening, my friends.